Good afternoon, Campus Connect Media viewers. You are welcome to this special edition on Campus Connect TV. Across the 46 colleges of education, we have the CETAG members and CENTSAG members embarking on a strike action. A release came out yesterday, and I'm going to read a section of this release to you, and after that, I'm going to go around the campus of Foso College of Education and interview some few students to find out issues regarding this strike action. The release came on 13th of November 2022, and it had the caption "Reactivation of Indefinite Strike." It goes as this: following the joint communique issued by CETAG and CENTSAG on Sunday, 6th November 2022, giving the employer 5 crucial working days to address our concerns, failure of which we shall reactivate our suspended indefinite strike. The National Councils of both CETAG and CENTSAG held separate emergency meetings on Friday 11th and Saturday 12th November respectively, and affirmed the decision to reactivate our suspended indefinite industrial actions effective Monday 14th 2022. And as we speak today happens to be the 14th of November 2022, and in all the colleges of education in Ghana, teachers are on strike. We want to find out from some few students in Foso College of Education how this strike is affecting them. So I have with me one student from Foso College of Education, and I'm quickly going to have some few discussions with him. You are welcome to our interview session.
Thank you very much.
All right, so what's your name and what program are you reading?
I'm Afibinyani Rodney. I'm offering RME Social Studies.
All right. We learned that yesterday, when the news broke out that you were supposed, the teachers are going on strike, students were jubilating because they were supposed to write quizzes on Monday. Is that the case?
Yes. Actually, we were supposed to start our mid-term or mid-semester quiz today, but unfortunately, it didn't come off. And then last night it was marvelous. We were very, very happy because we weren't prepared for the quiz.
Why are students who have spent number of months on campus not prepared for a mid-semester quiz?
Actually, you see, this new system, level 100 coming to campus and then level 200 coming, then they will go, and then the other sections or the other group will also come, and then they will go. It's not making the teaching and learning very effective, so it is causing a lot of problems.
All right, shifting our attention from that, now let's go back to the strike action that I just read. I believe you have also had an opportunity to read through the communique of CETAG and CENTSAG. We understand that CETAG is for the tutors and the other CENTSAG is for the non-teaching staff. And these two groups of people are both on strike in the colleges of education. Do you think, or what do you think will be the implications of this strike action on students and the entire students?
Actually, I think it's going to affect us. We are looking at the academic calendar, per the calendar from GCC. We are supposed to write our quiz this week and then prepare next 2 weeks for our end of semester.
Okay.
So we not writing our quiz today means we are going to be affected by the calendar they will have to prepare for us again. And then it's either going to shift to next year, but we are not going for that.
All right, now looking at the way you are speaking, that implies that the number of months you are supposed to spend on campus is going to increase as a result of the strike action of the tutors. Now let's shift our attention to the CENTSAG. Now they are actually the non-teaching staff. We understand that in some colleges of education, they are not cooking for them. Is that the case in Foso College of Education, and what is the breakdown about your feeding issue?
Actually, that's not the same happening in Foso College of Education. Okay. We are actually being served by the non-teaching staffs, and then we are hoping that maybe they will continue on with that with the help of the principal. We hope that they'll continue serving us until they are back from their strike.
All right, so let's take this assumption that from tomorrow we hear that students are not going to be fed again, because we understand that the principals of the colleges are also not receiving finances from the government to purchase food to feed students of the colleges. Assuming we are told tomorrow that students of Foso College of Education are not going to be fed again, what do you think will be the implication on the entire students?
Actually, most of the students will be finding themselves wanting, because it has happened before. We went for a 2 weeks break and then we were asked to feed ourselves. So feeding ourselves is a very difficult thing for training college students. So for that matter, I think if it will be done, they will inform us so that we will know how to prepare ourselves and go home to feed ourselves and prepare for the semester.
Okay. All right. Do you have any recommendation to the government out there? I believe that going through the release that came out, they've given the government some time for the government to address the issue. Now, what do you think, or what do you think should be done to ensure that this particular strike action does not continue subsequently?
Yeah, actually, I think the necessary measurements should be taken, and then any arrests or any debts that the government owes the teachers or the non-teaching staff, they should be paid in order for them to come back and then continue on their work effectively as they are doing.
All right. So coming from the campus of Foso College of Education, we are reporting live that teachers are actually on strike and the non-teaching staff are also on strike. We promise to bring you more updates about the strike action in the colleges of education. This is Campus Connect Media and I am Francis A.J. All right, so I have with me another student from Foso College of Education and we want to quickly find out her overview about the strike by CETAG and CENTSAG. You are welcome to our special edition on Campus Connect TV.
Thank you.
All right, so what's your overview about the strike action by CETAG and CENTSAG?
This semester has been a very rough one. From the beginning, there was a strike, and then in the middle and almost getting to the end, there's another strike. In fact, students are finding it very hard to cope with the conditions on campus now.
All right, so looking at the strike declared by, let's focus on the CETAG for now. Looking at the strike action declared by CETAG, do you think that it will have an implication on the number of months students are supposed to spend in the college and even in their performance, should in case they are supposed to write the end of semester exams in the coming weeks?
Yes. It will have a huge implication on our exams. Most of the students on campus, though we have course outlines and pamphlets we are supposed to study, but more times we need the teachers to be with us. We need their help. Without them, there is nothing we can do. We need their guidelines and everything. So now that they are on strike, most of us don't even know what to do with our time. So it will have a big implication on our academics, and then with the extension of dates, because they are on strike, I think when they come back, they should give us some more time. So there will definitely be an extension.
Okay, so we also understand that you were actually supposed to take your mid-semester quiz examination starting today, but the strike has affected it. What was your reaction when you heard that the quizzes has been cancelled yesterday?
Okay, most of us were prepared for the quiz because it has been on our calendar and we knew that definitely the quiz will happen today. So most of us were prepared, but because it didn't happen, some of us felt bad, even though students' reaction would be happy, but some of us felt very bad because this quiz would have determined whether we've studied or not. And then after the quiz, we would know if we have to do more academic work, but because it didn't go on, most of us don't know our stance.
I will leave my sister to go. I'm quickly going to ask her one question before she goes. I want to quickly find out from you. You are a student in the College of Education. What do you suggest should be done to ensure that all the implications you mentioned, they are likely to happen because of the strike, will be minimal? What do you suggest? I want you to look into the camera and maybe somebody is listening to you out there who can be of help.
Okay. Whatever the teachers or CETAG and CENTSAG want should be given to them immediately. Whatever they are demanding should be supplied immediately so that we can work hard and then complete this academic calendar and then move on, like know the way ahead. Because when it happens like this, our academic is delayed. Everything becomes delayed. So whatever they need, we are pleading with the government, Ministry of Education, GES, whoever is concerned, to make the appropriate, to lay down the appropriate needs for CENTSAG and then CETAG, so that students will be comfortable on campus and then learn hard.
All right, thank you very much for your time. Right, so we are streaming from the campus of Foso College of Education, taking the views of students on the strike action by CETAG and CENTSAG. Teachers are still on strike, non-teaching staff are still on strike. We live to see what happens next from tomorrow. My name is Francis Ejemensa. All right, so we are still on the campus of Foso College of Education, finding out the views of students regarding the strike action, and we have with us one of the students of the college, and we also quickly want to find out his views on the strike action. You are welcome to Campus Connect TV.
Thank you, boss.
Can you quickly introduce yourself to us?
Okay, my name is Obel, and then I'm a level 300 student.
All right. We have Obel with us, and he's a level 300 student. What's your overview of the strike action in the colleges of education?
Okay, I would say to some extent it is very good, because at least they were able to channel their grievances for the government to get to know what they need to get. But on the side of the student and then on the education sector, it's more or less like a negative with regard to the student studies. So if in terms of salaries and other incentives and conditions of service, there's a good approach, but on the effect of education, I think it has a negative effect on students.
All right, so to Mr. Obel, he says that it is good and it is also bad in the fact that it will help the teachers to be able to get their monies, but on the side of the students, it will affect them in their academics. We also understand that the non-teaching staff are also on strike, and because of that, when you go to some of the colleges of education, they are made to feed themselves. What is the overview of the feeding issue in Foso College of Education?
Okay, it is very hurtful, and then for now, I can say it is really showing effect on students, especially in terms of management, because as at around 2 o'clock, students were complaining, and then some were saying that the food which were served at the dining hall were not the one they were expecting. It means it's totally different from what is on the menu, and then students who are not able to comply with the changes in menu, now they have to stick to their pocket and then find them own self, which is really causing havoc, and then it's really causing a devastation on students.
All right. We also understand that the colleges that were under University of Cape Coast, they were supposed to take their mid-semester quiz today, but as a result of the strike, that quiz was cancelled. What was your reaction when you heard that the quiz was cancelled?
Oh, it's a mixed feeling.
Okay.
In fact, at a point in time, I felt like I was in heaven.
Okay.
But later on, I realized that I was rather dropping to hell.
Okay.
Yes, because there were some of the papers, they were causing troubles to us.
Okay.
We are now finding 1 or 2 routes as to how we could be able to learn those subjects. So when we realized that the papers were cancelled, they were postponed, in fact, we were very happy, because we were more or less like we were not fully prepared.
Okay.
Yes, but to some extent it will affect our calendar, and then that is where the effect will manifest. And then we are hoping that it won't extend our academic calendar. That is one of the effects that are going to happen. And then to those of us who are fully prepared, I think it will discourage them. And then there's a possibility that they might even get low, or they might even put up low performance, because some may relax.
Okay.
Yes, and then it will affect their performances. But in totality, I think it will really have negative effect on the student. Yeah,
Okay.
it will have
Okay.
negative effect.
All right. So before we allow you to go, I want you to look into our camera and speak to the authorities out there who may be listening to us. What do you suggest should be done so that this action does not continue to ensure that students are suffering in the colleges of education?
Okay, what I would say is that the government and then the agencies and then the policy makers who are involved in making sure that the effectiveness of the school runs, they should be up to their games. Yes, now we have moved from the pre-tertiary level to the tertiary level. So it means much or most things which were done in the pre-tertiary level now is no more. So we plead with the government, at least they should listen to the cry of the tutors, both the teaching and the non-teaching staff, so that at least they will put in much effort, because they are really putting hard work, and then they need to be provided certain incentives. So we plead on the government to help us in making sure that the tutors, they are in the safe hands. In the safe hands in this situation means at least their grievances and then their condition of service will be granted, so that they will also help us in making sure that the necessary and then the knowledge which is supposed to be imparted on the student is fully achieved here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obe. We are glad to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
All right, so reporting from the campus of Foso College of Education, we are still taking the views of students on the strike action. We will come your way with many other interviews with other students of the college. Stay tuned. All right, so we have with us another student of Foso College Education. He actually happens to be the SRC Vice President of Foso College of Education. And we want to find out from her, as a student leader, we want to find out her views about the strike action. She will quickly introduce herself, then we'll go on with our little deliberation. You are welcome, Miss.
Thank you.
All right, can you quickly introduce yourself to us?
I'm Abio Cecilia, the SRC Vice President of Foso College of Education.
All right, so we have with us Abio Cecilia, the SRC Vice President of Foso College of Education. Right, so I want to quickly find out from you. We understand that CETAG and CENTSAG are on strike. What is your overview about this strike action in the colleges of education in general?
Okay, well, the strike had so much effect on us because it has really shifted our academic calendar. It has actually prolonged our calendar because somewhere next week you're supposed to write an exams. I think this week we are supposed to write an exams, and because of the strike we have to shift, and we don't even know when they are going to resume. And because of that, it's like the students are in chaos. We don't even know what is going on. We don't even know when the academic calendar is going to end. So most of us, we are confused. Even to the SRC executives together with TAG, we are all like confused as to what is going on and when we'll be able to complete the academic year and be able to move forward to the next level. All
right, so you were mentioning about the fact that you were supposed to write quizzes today. When you heard yesterday that the quizzes have been cancelled in the colleges under UCC, what was your reaction?
At first, I was actually happy to tell you the truth, because most of us were actually not prepared for the quiz. But upon thinking about it too, we were sad because we not writing the quiz means that we'll have to write it in a different day. That means the academic calendar will have to go far. Or even if they are supposed to resume the strike maybe within this week, they'll have to like jump everything together. And yes, and I say students will suffer a lot. We have to learn so many courses within some few hours, and be able to write some courses, about 4 or 5 courses within a day, and a headache to us. Yeah.
All right, I want to quickly find out from you, as a student leader, I believe that many students have made many complaints to you when this strike action actually came in place. I want to quickly find out from you, what are some of the complaints students have made regarding foods that are served even within the strike period to you?
Okay. We actually there was this notice that Prenkoff won't be serving us food again.
Okay.
But it got to a point they were serving us the food, so we thought everything was cool. Then the strike action came in. Okay. So we were thinking even today no feeding will come, but the non-teaching staff, they did well. I'm talking about the kitchen staff, they did well, and they cooked for us. But you realize that even one, the food that was served was not enough. 2, they didn't even follow the menu that was there, and most of the food that they serve us, even the combination itself, no cry, and yes, so most of the students are even complaining about it.
All right, so this is a student leader that we have with us. She happens to be the SRC Vice President of this particular college that we are currently. We are still with her. I want to quickly find out from her again. What do you think, or what is the likelihood that this particular strike action will end sooner?
I believe it will end sooner because our mother association, that is the TAG, they've actually released the communique that they will talk to the stakeholders involved, the CETAG and CENTSAG, to plead with them so that they can return to campus early, so as not to prolong our academic year. So I think it will be.
Okay. In that case, I want you to look into our camera. You are a leader, and I believe that somebody might be out there listening to you. I want you to give us some suggestions to those that are in the right positions, what they should do to ensure that CETAG and CENTSAG return back to their posts.
Okay. So I'll first of all talk to the government. I'm pleading with you that whatever agreement or whatever negotiations that you had with the CENTSAG and the CETAG, we are pleading with you that you try and you keep those promises to them, you give it to them so that they can come back to campus. To our CETAG and CENTSAG, we are pleading with you. You are our mothers, you are our fathers. So you consider us to be your children, and please tamper justice with mercy and come to school and come and teach us. And to the teacher trainees out there too, all that will entreat you to do is for us to keep calm, because the SRC executives and TAG, we are also working to ensure that the academic calendar will not be prolonged, but that our tutors and the non-teaching staff will come back to campus so that our academic work can still continue. Thank you.
All right, it's been great having you. Thank you very much for your time. Right, so still reporting from the campus of Foso College of Education, we just had the SRC Vice President giving out her opinion about the strike action. We promise to bring you even the more. My name is Francis A.J. Mensah. We are still on Campus Connect TV, and we are still on the campus of Foso College of Education, finding out the overview of students with issues regarding the strike action by CETAG and CENTSAG. I believe that in our previous interview, you have seen the views of, or you've heard the views of students that they've expressed. We also have with us another fine gentleman that we want to quickly find out some few things from regarding the strike action. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can you quickly introduce yourself to us?
Oh, my name is Nicholas, and I'm a level 300 student.
All right, so we have with us Mr. Nicholas, a level 300 student. We understand as students in Foso College of Education, and you also fall under UCC, you were supposed to write your quizzes today. But as a standard, because of the strike, it didn't come off. What is your overtake, or what was your reaction when you heard that the quiz has been cancelled?
Okay, I think it was a shock. It was because students are preparing for an examination, then we just hear like it has been cancelled because of the strike action. Since students are preparing for their exams and this comes in, I think we are all surprised. Although it was like a merry to some people, but later you find out that it has become a very big blow to us, because this short semester is a very busy week. It's a very busy semester because we have within its SLC week celebration, college-based quizzes, external quizzes, and a whole lot. So if a week has also been taken off from the short semester, I think it is not something good to talk about.
All right, we understand that for this semester alone, we have had about 2 strikes by CETAG.
Sure.
What do you think will be the long-run implication on the life of the students of the college?
Okay. I personally see this to have a strong influence on our stay on campus as students, on our results and everything around us, because for us to spend 4 months here in the college to study, and it has been reduced due to shifts and strike actions and another one. I think it is not helping the well-being of our academic work, because what we have to use 4 months to study has been broken into 2 months, and even these 2 months now they are adding strike actions, which means the well-being of the students, our academic performance, and even our joy of being in this college has been reduced. because we have to do all these studies on our own, and some courses I think we need support from our lecturers. Now they can't be found. So I think it is not something we talk about.
All right, so shifting our attention from CETAG to the non-teaching staff, we understand they are also part of this current strike action.
Yeah.
Let me quickly find out from you, do you think the non-teaching staff's participation in this strike action will also have an implication on the life of the students?
Yeah, sure.
How will it
Yeah.
and how is it affecting students?
It has been made that in our College of Education, we've been served by our pantry people, and they have been serving us from first year to now, and even our parents are aware of this. And now they are saying they are going for strike, they are not serving us again. I think that one too has become another hectic move against we the students. Yet though they need some incentives from the government, yes, they need to be paid, but they also have to look on what the effect of their actions on we the students, because now there is nothing like food around our campuses. We have to travel, we have to pay in the bus, go to the town and buy. I think it is another effect, another thing happening against our academic well-being, because maybe you will spend some time at the dining, then you go and stay, but now you have to take a car, go to the town, buy food, everything. I think it is, I don't really know what is going on in the country. I know it's not good, but I really plead that they should just come back and support us with that thing.
All right, so I want you to look into our camera right now. There may be somebody out there listening to you, and I want you to suggest things that should be done so that these two groups of people will return from their strike action to ensure that these implications you've mentioned will not have effect on the students.
Okay. I wish to speak to the authorities and the non-teaching staff about their strike actions. In fact, we are really suffering on our campus. Not here at alone, but we, the colleges of education students, are suffering, and we beseech the government to come down to their aid, to hear them. We are being, we would be teachers, and we are going to help the campus, the nation with our teaching skills. And if we suffer, I think it is going to prevent others from even coming to the college for training. We beseech the government to hear their pleadings, and we beg our non-teaching staff to come back and look at their children. We are begging them, whatever being their difficulties, I think the government has heard them. So we plead that they come and support us.
Thank you very much for staying with us throughout these interview sessions with students of Foso College of Education. We are still dealing with the strike actions in the colleges of education in Ghana. But today we are at Foso College of Education, and we are talking to some students to find out their views regarding the strike. I have with me another gentleman who I am quickly going to find out his views, then we will proceed. Mister, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Can you briefly introduce yourself to our viewers?
Okay, my name is Misbah Idris Ajanak, popularly known on campus as IT Wizard, the only IT wizard on Foso College of Education.
All right, Mr. IT Wizard, I want to quickly find out from you, how has this strike action affected you as a student?
Okay, it has affected me very badly. In a sense that beginning of this semester, we had actually the same problem of 1 week strike, which caused the delay of our calendar. So mean that from the beginning we were supposed to start academic lessons, but because of the strike, they postponed it to the following week, of which the following week wasn't very effective because of the strike, most of the students didn't come in the first week, so they have to come during the following week. So the academic the studies was very delayed.
All right, so that is Mr. Misbah there. Looking at this strike action, should in case it prolongs, what will be the implication on students' academic week?
All right, if the strike prolongs, then it will bring very bad implication on the students, in a sense that we all know that we were supposed to have quiz today, but because of the strike, it didn't come off. Many of us will relax because they'll be thinking that, and according to the strike, it says indefinite, so we don't know when our teachers are going to resume. It's either tomorrow, next week, next month, we don't even know. So as at now, we don't know when they are resuming. So if let's say they're not resuming from this week, then it means that students are going to relax. Some students are going to relax, and it will cause their academics, because if teacher is not coming to class, of course, the student will do whatever he wants to do, except those who want to learn. We that we don't want to learn, we just be playing around and doing other stuff apart from learning and stuff.
All right, so to conclude with you, I want you to look into our camera and suggest to the higher authorities out there what should be done to ensure that this group of people return back to their posts, to ensure that students in the colleges of education also enjoy the freedom they will enjoy.
All right, I have nothing more to say about it. The little I can say is we all know the situation that we are facing currently. And it's not only the education sector, I mean general in the country. But what I urge the government to, teachers are a key to our life, to our future. Without teachers, we can't be whom we are. So if teachers ask for something which it will benefit them and also motivate them in teaching the young ones, I think their concern have to be granted so that they can have that passion to teach and also to impart knowledge. Imagine a teacher is teaching without, let's say, without passion. It means that whatever the teacher is going to teach the student, it wouldn't come from his or her heart. But if you serve the teacher well, for the serving that the government is serving the teacher well, the teacher will have this morale to also impact good knowledge into the student. So that's what I would tell the government, to make sure that whatever the teachers are asking for, the CETAG and the CENTSAG, whatever they are asking for, I'm just pleading with the government to deliver it to them so that they will call off the strike, so that we, the students, can benefit from our stay on campus.
All right, so that was Mr. Misbah Idris, the IT wizard, sharing his opinion on how the issue should be dealt with. It has been a day that we have had a lot of interviews with many students, and we've gotten to know their opinions and their views regarding the strike action. Our prayer is that sooner or later, the strike action will be called off so that students' academic work will continue. This has been Minister Francis A.J. Mensah for short, you can call me, and this is Campus Connect TV. Keep watching. You are so live on Campus Connect TV, and I want to especially welcome you once again. We have with us another student from Foso College of Education, and we want to quickly find out his views regarding the strike action that is going on in the 46 colleges of education. We have with us the academic coordinator of Foso College of Education, who is in the person of Mr. Alfred Dazi, and we quickly want to find out his views regarding the strike action. Mr. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Right. I believe that you have also heard that in the 46 colleges of education in Ghana, CETAG members are on strike.
Sure.
What do you think will be the long-term effect or implication of this strike action on students?
Thank you very much for such a wonderful question and this opportunity. This particular strike is something that is not going well for teachers and then students in general. And that is because of this particular strike action, you are not, the level 300s are not able to do their mid-semester examination. And then also, lectures won't be going on. Lectures will not be coming to school. And then also, activities of the schools are being postponed. So what we are supposed to do next week, definitely we are going to shift the activities for this week to that place. That is if and only if the lecturers will be coming back. So it is really not helping at all. We are pleading the government to do something about this, to listen to what our lecturers and then other people are saying, so that we have a better running of the school system.
All right, that is from Mr. Alfred, the academic coordinator of Foso College of Education. I want to quickly find out from you, as the academic coordinator, we learned that in the colleges that are under University of Cape Coast, they were supposed to take their mid-semester quizzes starting today.
Sure.
But because of the strike action, it was cancelled. I believe as the academic coordinator, you might be worried or something of that sort. But what was your personal reaction when the news broke out that the quizzes were not going to take place?
Thank you very much. One thing about quiz is to test our understanding and how the learning has been going on, and for the teachers or the lecturers to be able to know how they are teaching, whether it is helping or not, and then to check our understanding of that particular concept being taught. When I heard this particular message, I said earlier yesterday, but when I heard the message this dawn, I wasn't happy because I have really prepared myself trying to finish the English, the gender writing this morning, so that in the afternoon I'll finish with the probability and statistics. So I wasn't happy. Yes.
All right. So to Mr. Alfred, he wasn't happy when the strike action was called off, but you realize that to other students we have interviewed earlier, because of their unpreparedness, they said they were very happy when they heard that the quiz have been called off. All right. I believe that you are a student leader. What do you think should be done so that these two parties that are on strike currently will return back to their jobs to ensure that it doesn't affect students massively?
Oh, okay. So with this, we are appealing to the government to give the CENTSAG and then the CETAG what they are requesting. For instance, without the CENTSAG people or those who will be preparing the food and stuff, we guys will be here and will be starved to death. We won't be able to also learn. So therefore, we are pleading the government to answer whatever that they have sent to him. He should do their request. He should give them what they want. We all the students body here, we are pleading on the government to do something about it. We are really pleading on the government.
All right, so I want to find out quickly from you as the academic coordinator, what are some of the issues people have complained to you when the strike broke out as that will affect their academic work?
One of the things that was bothering me was someone came to me and was asked, does it mean you are going to have a long stay on campus because you are supposed to vacate on 23rd, go home on 24th December. Now we are having a strike action. So does it mean a week more or two is going to be added? That's the only problem. And then also the feeding system. The feeding system is a very great major problem.
All right. Now, regarding the feeding system you just mentioned about, we've spoken to some few students and they've given their opinion regarding the feeding system. I want to find out from you also. I believe that anytime feeding is mentioned, we are all happy. I believe that is why we are both laughing. I want to quickly find out from you, what are some of the challenges that has broke out since this strike action started regarding the feeding issue?
Oh, we are just having change of menu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that if you are supposed to eat, let's say, rice this afternoon, maybe you have kenke. So with this kind of change is the only problem I'll be talking about.
All right, so we are...
Our tutors, those in charge are really working on that.
Okay.
For us to get better things to be.
All right, so we had with us Mr. Alfred Dazi, who actually happens to be the academic coordinator of Foso College of Education. We are still on the interview, getting the views of students regarding the strike by CETAG and CENTSAG. We promise to bring you even more and other interviews. Stay tuned. My name is Francis Ej Mensah. This is Campus Connect TV.